story. Now, Lester, after keeping us guessing, especially after sending those cryptic messages through her social media account this morning, Patricia De Lille resigns after all.
That's right. It was, some would argue, a well-orchestrated, some would argue a poorly orchestrated attempts to keep this decision under wraps for so long. Shortly after we arrived at the Western Cape High Court at about 12 midday today, we saw groups of Patricia De Lille supporters gathering. We saw a small PA system being set up, so you could sense that a huge announcement was coming. So it wasn't all that of a surprise that Patricia De Lille has decided to step down as a mayor of the city of Cape Town, but also resigning from her position as a DA member, along with the two more DA councillors resigning in support of Patricia De Lille. That brings the number to 7 DA councillors that have now left their positions in the City Council, including the City Council's former Chief Whip, now deciding to side with now former Mayor, or soon-to-be former Mayor, Patricia De Lille.
Well, she's sick and tired of the treatment she's been getting from the DA. I'm paraphrasing here words that she said as she stepped out of the High Court. Any word on the ground, Lester, as to what her next step is going to be, or what she'll be cooking in the 2 weeks that she'll be on leave?
Yes, Patricia De Lille says she wants 2 weeks to think about her plans and also consult with her families. But if the resignation of those 7 councillors in support of Patricia De Lille is anything to go by, I think that we could safely assume that some form of new political movement is in the brewing. But we asked Patricia De Lille directly what her plans are after the next 2 weeks, and here's what she had to say.
Well, you know, there are many people across the country, ex-ID members. In fact, there is now a campaign in the DA to target all of those ex-ID members in the Democratic Alliance. And lots of them are very unhappy. I have said to them, you must fight your own battles like I'm fighting my battles. Fight your battles on principle. Fight your battles within structures and procedures of the party. I have not made any commitment to anyone. I've said to all of them that give me the space, give me the next 2 weeks, that I can decide what to do with my future, and then we can talk.
Well, parallel to all of this, of course, Lester, as she stepped out of the High Court, where she had gone to ask the court to set aside those Bowman reports and whatever it is that the Cape Town City Council is planning to do.
Well, I think the Bowmans report or a court action is somewhat mute. After 7 o'clock this evening, she'll no longer be mayor, which means that she'll have no say within the Cape Town City Council. And also, criminal charges have already been laid with the South African police, according to the City of Cape Town's council speaker, Dirk Smith. So now it is purely a police matter with which the police and the National Prosecuting Authority would have to decide whether they would need to prosecute Patricia De Lille and whether there is a case to answer for. I think what this process of going to court, saying that she's fighting for her name to be cleared was somewhat of a stage to officially resign, create that platform, create that anticipation outside the Western Cape High Court, to resign as mayor of the city of Cape Town and resign as a Democratic Alliance member. The show does go on for the Democratic Alliance, though. Mayor-elect Dan Plato, who's been selected through a DA process to take over from Patricia De Lille. He'll be sworn in as a councillor in the city of Cape Town tomorrow. And then next week, we're expecting an election and a swearing in of Dan Plato, as well as a new mayoral committee member to take over from Patricia De Lille. It's going to be a very interesting few weeks as we wait for Patricia De Lille to make up her mind. From what I'm hearing, that a new political outfit could be in the offing. So what Patricia De Lille has been saying for the last few weeks, it's not about the it's not about the fight, it's about that knockout blow afterwards. We went to her office in the city council chamber while she was packing up. She says that knockout punch is still coming, so we may still see Patricia De Lille active in Western Cape and Cape Town politics as we go closer to the 2019 elections.
Lester Kevin, that's where we're going to leave it.